Without using the letter T, name something that you wish you could have more of.
Sex. I only did that because I was hoping you would say it, but since you did, Jesus.
Well, I mean, maybe, yeah.
You look just like...
Worse.
Hey. How's it going, everybody? My name is Militia, and welcome back to another lovely transmission of the Subspace Station podcast. I'm your host, Militia, aka Pete, and I am here today with one of my very good friends, real Canadian Moose. Moose, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you so much for the stellar intro. Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate that.
No problem, man. No problem. So, how's your August? Or this is probably isn't gonna go up in August, but how's your August? What's going on today?
Okay, what's going on today? Well, Kermit. So August is looking pretty good. August is it's been pretty busy so far. We started the month off with our weekly charity event, which you were so graceful as participating in, which was awesome. Thank you so much.
Always happy to be.
And we actually ended up donating the proceeds yesterday or the day. I think it was yesterday. We donated $500 USD that we raised, which is awesome. Yes, it was great. Good job for charity, everyone. So that was really exciting. Not as much as we would have hoped. Like a little bit less than the year before, but it's fine. You know, it's all goes to charity. Next year will be a little bit different. After that, most of my August has just been dominated with trip planning. I'm going to the cottage with a few of my buddies tomorrow for the weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then Wednesday, going to America, like Borat, the man himself. I go to America.
Yes, America.
It's very nice. And so it should be fun. And we'll get up to all sorts of Borat-esque shenanigans. I am looking for a down payment on a bear. I have not received any phone calls back yet.
Interesting.
But we shall see. Yeah, I'll keep you updated on that.
I'll be happy to know that one. So
exactly.
Let's get into this though real quick. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, where did you start off? Like, when did you first get into the whole content creation, so to speak? Because I know you mainly do streaming now, but I know you also did YouTube as well. So when did you really? What was your starting platform, and then what kind of got you in?
Whew. Yeah, open up the textbooks for this one. All right, settle down, boys and girls. We got ourselves. We gotta go way back. Throw ourselves way back into the wheelie days. Actually, I think back in the day on YouTube, I started in YouTube around probably about 2014 was when I started. What was popular back? Jacksepticeye was really big back in 2014. I mean, he still is, but that was when he really started to see a lot of growth.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what was really popping on YouTube at the time. The Harlem Shake was really around at that time. I think maybe like a year or two after was when the Harlem Shake was going around. God, that was a simpler time. But so essentially, I started my content creating career when I was back in high school, and that's when I was obsessed with becoming a YouTuber. I spent the couple of years there watching a lot of creators like Vanoss Gaming, Jacksepticeye, to name a few that really inspired me. And I always had an affinity for like making videos, even when I was younger. My buddies and I would all get together, and we would just like film stuff, and we would edit it and try and make like little movies and little skits and stuff and commercials. Those were really big because just like an opportunity to be creative and be funny and just like do little funny edits and show people. So that was a lot of fun. So I started in high school. I initially started just filming stuff with my phone, like my gameplay, and that was eventually I saved up enough money and bought an Elgato, which I still have, and began recording PS3 content. And then I started making GTA 5 like kill montages, which were a little cringy, but I still very much think they're pretty rad.
Very nice.
And then we started moving to the funny moments content, which was a lot of fun. And it just kind of started developing from there. I started really putting a little bit more effort into it. I started I would go to work, or I go to school, go to work, come back, and then play games and record stuff. And then the next morning in the cafeteria before classes started, I was on my laptop editing footage, making thumbnails. The grind was real back then. And I mean, I got bullied a lot for it, which was kind of funny. Looking back now, people were like used to make fun of it a little bit, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is. and then from there, it just kind of kept going. I kept making YouTube videos for quite some time, trying different series and stuff, and that continued into my first year of university. And then that was when I started branching out a little bit more. I started recording with people that weren't just friends from high school.
Yeah.
Uh, that was a big change for me because I went from like recording from like guys I used to go to high school with, and then I started recording. That was actually that year. I think it was 2018. I started recording with Hex. So Hex the Demon. Uh, I met him through a mutual friend named Fubar. So we all got together for a recording session, and I had so much fun. And we made a few videos together. And then we kind of went our separate ways for a while because I got busy with school and they got busy with whatever they were doing. And then so it was during that summer that I started like like I started watching a lot of Twitch. I had been watching Twitch for a couple of years, but I started like looking at smaller creators because I never really understood what Twitch was because I always watched a lot of like bigger creators.
Yeah.
And then when I started watching smaller creators, I started to understand kind of more of what it was, and hey, maybe this is just something that I can be involved with. And I started watching a lot of Hex's streams because back then Hex streamed every day.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I would watch a lot of his streams and be like, "Whoa, dude!" Like I always was in there like every so often, and be like, "Hey, man, like your consistency is incredible. I'm always really impressed with it. Keep up the hard work, man, because it's encouraging." And during that time, I was making videos. And honestly, I kind of like fell ass backwards into streaming. I was making YouTube videos still, and I was like, I want to increase the quality of my content. So I'm gonna go out and buy like a really nice webcam. So when I was at the store buying my new webcam, I was trying to decide, and this one webcam, the same one that I have now, it had a streamer bundle, and so with it came like a free 6 months with XSplit, which is a software for streaming and stuff and recording.
The classic.
Right. So I was like, okay, I'll try this. And so I used the webcam for a bit, and then I was like, you know what? Like, why don't I try this streaming thing? I like registered for the software and made my account, and I started doing a few streams, and I was like, yes, I didn't see money much return at first, but then Hex and I started playing a little bit more frequently. And then we started just doing the rounds in Shell Shock, playing it constantly, doing viewer games, and bringing in audience members to come play with us. And I mean, it's just been like just crazy ever since. It just started not blowing up, but really just started like gathering like an audience and like a viewership that was dedicated enough to either play the games or watch them. So that was really encouraging. And just like so many amazing experiences through that. Like it was through that I met like Redneck and Swagger, and then eventually Shadow, and we just started like doing a lot of that. And it's been streaming, and like I think that streaming really reinvigorated my love for content creating because I was getting kind of tired of like spend hours upon hours on a YouTube video and get like 30 views, which don't get me wrong, was still good, but it wasn't what I feel like I was in a real rut. I really didn't feel like I was getting anywhere because yeah, sure, maybe I was getting 30 views, but there was no comments. There was maybe 4 likes, and I could count. I knew who all were liking the videos, so I just really felt like I was in a bit of a rut. And it wasn't until I started streaming that I really started to find my groove in content creating and start to build myself a little bit more. And I'm amazed at like kind of where it's gotten me now, and like the community that I have and the ability to host charity events and like being invited onto podcasts, hosting podcasts, and like sponsorships and just like so many cool things that have come from content creating that I honestly would have never thought was possible. Like if I could like look back to like myself back in high school when I first started, obviously I had these aspirations that I was going to be like this massive content creator, but like in a realistic sense, I don't think I ever really thought that, hey, I could like actually be doing this and have an audience and have like a community that I do now. And so it's incredible. I love it.
I feel so hard on that idea. Like when I first got into making content, I was 8th grade. It was like 8th grade I was starting to think about it, and it wasn't until 2013 I really started making content, and I just I had this huge idea of like I was gonna do all these things that I saw like so many of these creators doing, and I fell in love with it. But like I just had never any like I don't feel like I had as much time put into it that you have, honestly, like because it's incredible to see, like because I've gone and I don't want to say I'm not like going further back, but like I've seen some of the stuff that you produce, and you really have that drive and that vigor, and even nowadays when you're streaming, like it's incredible to see the drive that you have, honestly, which I fully love. I think you're probably one of the most, and I say this lightly, one of the most wholesome content creators I have because of everything you do for the community of small creators such as myself, and for everybody that you interact with, especially the group that you do host, the SBC there, which I think is just probably the only small YouTuber group that I know that's put together. So how did that come about? How did the whole Shower Brew Crew thing come around?
It's a mess, man, honestly, and like it's a lot of fun, to be honest. To be able to like hang out and record and stream with like your best friends, it's just like it's a dream come true, to be honest. Because I mean, like again, like I grew up watching a lot of these like content creator groups, and it was something I always wanted. And so how it started, it's a very strange origin story, to be honest. So it started with me just like doing my little shell shock games, and then Hex came on and started coming a little bit more consistently with me, and he almost became like a 1 and 2 thing, right? It was like I'm streaming, so Hex is streaming, and we're both playing games together. We're gonna play all night.
Nice.
So it was that for like a year, and then we met Redneck in one of those same games where he just happened to be online, happened to check he checked my stream via via Shell Shock, which at the time was really cool. They would have this feature where it would say like top streamers of the night, and on the home page of Shell Shock when you first boot up the game, where it's like offering you multiplayer, single player, whatever, it would have the top 3 streamers of the night.
Really?
So you could click on that and it would take you straight to, yeah, it was really freaking cool. I don't know why they got rid of it, but so they saw me through there. And so Redneck had joined the chat and was like, "Hey, can I join call?" And at this point in time, we were doing a lot of that, so we were like, "Yeah, sure, come on in." And he came in, and it was just like really cool, just connecting with the guy, because a lot of the times it was like when people did come into calls, it was like people who were a little weird, or just said very little, whereas like Redneck came in and was like cracking jokes, and like I'll never forget, like he was making like Canadian jokes. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that," and he's like, "Oh, you're sorry about that?" And I was like, "All right, man, all right, funny man." So there was it's just like an instant kind of connection with that, and then so he just kind of like it became like a recurring thing. Where like we would play and he would come on, and then just kind of like as any friendship, really, like you hang out with a person enough that you just start to build a connection. And then Redneck and I started doing a lot of like late at night, we'd finish wrapping up games or whatever, and I'd end stream, and him and I would just like spend another 2 hours just hanging out and talking, getting to know each other better. And so we grew really close as friends like through that. Which I'm so happy for, because I very much value that connection a lot, and I definitely lean on Redneck. For those of you who don't know, the evil Redneck is not significantly older than me, but he's like I think 8 years older than I am.
I didn't know
So
that.
okay, maybe it is significant. So yeah, so he's turning 30 soon, but so. Like I very much like rely on him a lot as far as like, "Hey man, like this is what's happening. Like, what do you think I should do?" Like like just like getting his opinion and stuff, and like him and I just like being able to share like stories and like give advice to each other was really helpful, and again just like became a real friend. So again, he just kind of became a bit of a reoccurring character, and then I think in the summertime, we had started doing Control Repeat, which is another charity event that we used to run, in which everyone in the community would sign up for a day to play games with me. And so that was a lot of fun. That was really great when it was going well. And then it was through there, we were playing Shell Shock on one day, that a little guy had joined the chat and was like, "Hey, can I join game?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. We'll put you in the queue and you can be up next." And he's like, "Okay, cool. I'm just finishing up recording with a buddy." And I was like, "Ooh, a fellow creator, you say? Like instantly, like the alarm bell started going off because most people who join my calls were like people like Redneck, right, who were just playing the game late at night and wanted to just hang out with somebody. And it just so happened that at this point, Swagger was making content. So again, I could like immediately was like, "Oh baby!" So he joined, and he instantly was like, "Oh hello!" And he like did his little Swagger voice, and we were all like, "Oh!" Like we all started losing our minds, dude. I wish I had the footage to this day. But I like it was so hype. We were all just like, "Oh, we're playing with Swagger Souls," and he was hamming it up, man. And it was a lot of fun. And then so same thing, like he just started playing games with us, and then just like talking to the guy after every stream, almost every day, of just like getting to know him more and more, and like just building a connection. um and eventually got to the point where we didn't plan it. We kind of just like, it's one of those things where it's like, man, we want to play games, oh, let's ask this person, see if they want to come play. And then it eventually just became like a routine of like, we're playing games tonight. Hex, Swagger, and Redneck, we're all gonna play games. And it just kind of became a constant thing. We were doing it every day, we were talking every night. And then what ironically started the SBC was C2C for charity. We've been playing so much Shell Shock at this point, and we had all known each other for. Swagger had only known us for 4 months, but Redneck had known us for about 8. And Hex and I had known each other for over a year. And so we were like, well, we need to make. What do we think about this idea? And we were like, oh, that sounds really good. Okay, well, obviously we'll be a team. And then we were like, well, what are we going to name ourselves? And so it took a few days of, name dropping and seeing what worked. And then we drew it back to a quote that Redneck had dropped on us a few months prior. He was like, oh man, I'm so glad my vape is waterproof. And we're like, why is your vape waterproof? And he's just like, well, what else am I going to do with my shower beer? And I was like, and then so I wrote that down. I have this habit of writing down funny stuff. And so I put that in the suggestions, and everyone was like, that one is the one that sucks the least, so we're gonna go with that one. So
very nice,
that was
very creative.
yeah.
I love it.
So we ended up going with that one, and it's just been a lot of fun since. Like, it's kind of funny because we probably would have formed a recording group eventually. I think just C2C kind of expedited the process as far as like putting a label on it and making it a bit more official. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun ever since, like just making content, and like my phone is just chock full of like video ideas and content ideas. And obviously again, a year, or I guess 2 years later, we met Shadow Dragon in last year's C2C for charity, and he grew very close to the crew and myself. And we just got really good vibes, and the chemistry was there. And time came, we wanted to expand, and we were like, hey, we'd love to have you come aboard. And he was like, I got the footage of when we told him we were putting him in, and he was like, it's just the most wholesome content ever, man. It's so great. That was awesome. So Shadow is obviously a part of it now. And again, something I've always said about the SBC, and this will be a part of the SBC until like the end of time, basically, is at the end of the day, the SBC is friends first, creator second. Because largely, Shadow and I are the only ones who stream consistently these days. Redneck unfortunately just can't stream based on his like internet access in his new house, and Swagger's just too busy to find the time to record or stream. So Shadow and I are really the only ones who stream a bit more consistently these days. But honestly, like, we don't really care, because again, like I said, it's friends before anything else. We're all friends on Facebook, so it's official.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then and yeah, I mean, we've had the group chat, and we talk on that almost every day. And some days are quieter than others, but other than that, it's basically just like any friend group that's really tight. And I mean, we're all like a band of brothers, basically, because like I know, me personally, how much those guys mean to me, in just knowing that I have like that tight group of friends behind me to support me, to be there, to make jokes with, and just to enjoy myself and enjoy them with. So yeah, that's the SBC in a nutshell. It's a really fun time.
Very nice. I love that. I love watching you guys do stuff together, because you can just honestly feel the chemistry between you guys. Like there's no like animosity or anything. Like I genuinely feel like you guys know each other so well, and like you can bounce off of each other so well too. Like, which again, it's so hard to like find a group like that nowadays to
Yeah.
record with and do things. So it's incredible that you are able to be a part of that sort of thing, and then of course sharing that with the community. I think that's absolutely wonderful, and I will
Yeah.
always say that.
Well, the biggest. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, no, you're good.
I was just gonna say, like, the biggest thing with the SBC, and a reason why it's kind of always been able to function, is because there's no big personalities. No matter what people say, okay, there's no big personalities in the SBC. Okay, there's no one pulling the strings. Okay, the SBC is purely an organization by committee. Like, yes, I do take over a little bit more of the managerial stuff, and like I'll be the one to push what we're doing. But as far as like any decisions go, of like even something as small as like, hey, what do we want to title this podcast or this video, or what do you guys think about this thumbnail, or what are we doing today, or anything, any sort of decision that it has to be made in relation to the SBC or its like intellectual property, I guess, is all done by unanimous decision. Everything has to be like, because the way that we operate is that like if one person disagrees with something that we do, we don't do it. And I like that was always been like rule one for me since we started, because if we don't operate under that mentality, then that's when like resentment builds within a group. It's like, oh well, you didn't take my idea, or like I didn't like this idea but we went with it anyway. And like I'd much rather like scrap an idea that maybe I was really passionate about but everyone else didn't vibe with. I'd much rather scrap it or table it for another day when I want to like maybe modify it and then propose it again, as opposed to just be like, no, we're doing this and that's it. If you don't like it, you can leave, because that's it doesn't make for good content, and that's not what friends do. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like that's always been the biggest thing as to why the SBC has been able to like not have any like massive fallouts or anything. And then as far as the chemistry, like that's also a huge thing, right? Like the chemistry is always a big part of it, because if we mess with the chemistry, not only is it going to be weird for us as a friend group, but it's also going to be weird for the dynamic of the streams and the videos and so on. So I'm glad that people pick up on that, which is good.
Yeah. So my big question then for you is, what do you, with the SBC, other than of course like the charity events and such like that, what's something like that you would want to do with the platform I guess you guys have built up in a sense? Like, what's something like 5-10 years from now, like what do you want the brand to be doing in a sense?
I would love I love this stuff. I love like thinking of like broad scheme stuff. I love it. I would love to be able to like we've always modeled ourselves a lot around the misfits, right? Because we're a very scuffed group. We don't do anything very professional. We've all got kind of our own little like funky little personalities that mesh well. I would love to be able to do what they do in the realms of like being able to do it full time, having like a studio in which we could like do the podcast in a much grander scheme of like sitting down in a full studio setting, and like bring like really big guests on. Like I wouldn't say living in a content house maybe, but it didn't work out for them. And I mean honestly, I don't know. I've been offered to live in a content house, but I think it's very circumstantial as to like whether or not it would work or not.
You
so
really mesh with like those
exactly, like because otherwise you're gonna be at each other's throats. So I would love to be able to do what they do in the realms of like content creating being a full-time job. I think any creator wants to say that, but being able to like just do what they do and have like a lot of fun, and like I'm trying like there's another idea that I had. I don't know, just like being able to take it like kind of like a worldwide kind of thing, like touring. I'd love to be able to do like a show, like doing like right. I would love to be able to do like the SBC show where we tour, because that's another big thing for me, is that like it sucks for me. It sucks a lot because like a lot of my community is spread out amongst a large like geographical area, right? Like again, I got people from Arizona to Boston, like the South, the West, the Midwest, everywhere in America and the United States, in Canada as well. And I would just love to be able to like go on a tour or like have a panel at PAX or
Oh,
TwitchCon, and just like be able to like see, like have a platform in which you can like see and meet all of these people in one area. And like again, coming as like a big fan of content creators, I know the feeling of like and I'm sure you can attest to this as well, going and seeing like a content creator's live show, just like that feeling of like anticipation of like, oh my god, like, just like being able to see that happiness in other people. Like I would love to be able to like do that kind of stuff in person, and like kind of like live that. Like that'd be really cool to be able to like tour, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun on like tours and stuff, like
oh
the pranks, a little shaving cream on somebody.
yeah.
um and I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be cool to be like, like the rock star kind of like like environment for a little bit, and like kind of experience like again like the going to tour buildings and like riding on a tour bus, and like just like that would be really cool, I think. Or like again, the Misfits, they did like crowd surfing. I would love to do that. So something like that would be really cool. That would be what I would love to see us do in the future.
That is excellent. I love the bigness of the idea. There's such a better word for that, but I couldn't think of it.
The grand,
There we
the
go. There we go.
grandiose of it.
Perfect. Perfect.
The specter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, that's amazing. Again, I say it, I've said it like 6,000 times now. I love what you guys do, and I honestly cannot wait to see what the future holds for the SBC and you know, for all the projects that you probably have going on in the background for anything, honestly, and all the other projects for other things, but we'll come back to that towards the end of the podcast. Let's come back and let's pull the Uno reverse here. Your turn. Now it's your podcast. Here you go. You get to.
Oh, the single is. Everybody, welcome back to the new episode of the Shower Brew Cast. I'm your co-host, Canadian Moose. Yeah, I'm a host too. All right, so I got the quick little hosting energy. Also, I guess then I'll flip flop the questions back to you. Then, obviously, again, I know that you've been a content creator for quite some time. We've already kind of got into a little bit of like how you have gotten into it, and then of course with the little side projects that you and I run. I guess like a question that I would ask would be, where would you like to see your individual content creation going, and subsequently, where would you want to see your content go, or you yourself, like an industry perhaps, after you've kind of not like hit your apex of content creation, but like you know what I mean? Like where do you find yourself kind of after content creating? Not that like you would ever stop, because I don't think any one of us would really fully stop
Yeah.
in the future. I mean, you never know, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. So.
Like, would you be like Militia the Tax Man after content creating? Just like, yeah, I
got
follow
my
your
suit, I could do
401ks. Yeah.
That's a really interesting way of wording it, because last episode it was a bit different worded. So this is actually kind of interesting to hear.
Oh, so it's actually so this question's been asked already.
No. You added
okay.
you added on a whole nother layer to it that I hadn't actually thought of.
Perfect.
So I will give you sort of a more summarized version of where I want my content to go, and then I'll tell you kind of after the apex, I guess you could say, in a sense. So content creation for me, I want it to be able to lead to me just making bigger projects, in a sense. I want to make content that, obviously my main goal is to make content on YouTube and be able to produce videos on a very large scale, on a much more frequent scale, so that way I can bring my brand and my level of stupidity to the internet and maybe entertain more people. Like, the only reason I've said this, I think, more than just on podcasts, but like in general, I never want to get big for the reason of I just want to be big. I want to be big because I want the platform to be able to push more positivity out. I want to be able to be a positive content creator, in a sense, and really make a difference in the world, in a sense, and even help other content creators, like the smaller guys. Like I when I first started doing content, I looked actively for so many different creators. Like, I would go commenting on so many different people because I thought that there were just so many talented people, and I wanted to work with every single one of them. There was this just off topic real quick with a tangent. I found this guy on YouTube. His name's Flannel Phantom, and I thought he was just the funniest guy in the world. The first video I saw from him was I got my dick stuck in a toaster. was
True
fantastic.
story or
True
just
story. True story. True story. I was like, all right. At least I think it was a true story. I don't know for sure. I never asked him, but it
you
was.
didn't ask for any like medical receipts?
No, no.
No? Maybe a warranty for the toaster?
Nope.
No? Okay.
But like, it's shit like that. Like, I love being able to see people on their journey. Like, I've met so many creators that have just either. Oh, that is my workout alarm. That's not gonna happen.
Let's
right
get
now.
pumped, militia. Let's go.
I already threw my dumbbell last time and I broke my
That's
ukulele.
true.
That's not
Oh man, you hate to see it.
But honestly, though, I would like to be able to make bigger projects and, in turn, let that be something for entertainment for a larger audience to basically just kind of be able to just, I don't know, I just want to entertain people, man. That's all I really ever want to be. I want to be an entertainer. Like, I want to spread smiles and all that other
Yeah.
shit. I'm not going.
No, you're right. Though. And like I'm very much the same way, and like that's very much why I started creating as well. And you know what? Like, shout out to all my teachers who were like, "Yeah, Andrew's kind of a class clown. He should focus more on his grades and try to make everyone laugh." Look at me now. That's what I do now. My grades are still bad.
Hi, yeah, that's why I dropped out of college. Woo! All right.
I actually have a degree. Just want to say. All right, my grades aren't that bad.
All right. Well,
That's more to myself. It's more to motivate myself.
We didn't have to mention that.
But overall, I think after the Apex, after the things that I do, I think that, and this is something that I don't really talk about too much, like when I mentioning it as a joke before, but in a very serious sense, I did drop out of college, and I would like to, once I've hit that sort of high level, I'd like to probably do one of two things. I would want to pursue, well, actually, it's one thing, and it can go two different ways. I would want to go get my film degree, probably eventually, like, or at least some kind of certificate, so at least I can say, I know what I'm doing, at least with editing. I know how to do lighting and sound design and gaffing and all these. I want to do that. And then, second, but that can go two completely different ways. I think that either I would go and make some kind of production company specifically for creators to teach them, and it would be like, it wouldn't be like a college or something. It would be like how it used to work in the film industry, where you would like, hey, you come work for me, I will teach you, and I will pay you a livable wage.
Yeah.
And I think that would be something I'd love to do. I've tossed around that idea of my militia production company for God knows how long. But I think the other thing I would probably end up doing is I would probably, if I don't do that, I would probably just try to produce my own movies and shorts and stuff. I probably would stick with shorts more than anything, but I'd love to do one big movie in my lifetime. Like, it's like after I'm done with, I don't think I'll ever be done with YouTube, but I think like once I've hit a certain point with YouTube, I'd want to do something as big as like a movie or like a really big short film with like a really big budget. Like, that's kind of what I would love to do, because I would love to be able to go outside of the realm of the internet and either directly help people learn the craft, or I mean, I probably would do both, honestly. Knowing me, I probably would end up doing both.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my idea for future Alicia here.
Oh, it is a possibility, because like there's a Star Wars channel that I've been watching since high school named Star Wars Theory. Shout out to anyone who knows that. It's actually probably pretty well known. It's one of the bigger like Star Wars commentary channels. But so because of that, he did like a crowdfunding thing, and he basically like made his own Star Wars film, like a short.
Oh shit.
And it was really high production. I definitely recommend going and checking it out, because it's extremely hot. Like, because he's a super fan, so it's like the level of detail is incredible, and like it's very well done, especially for like a YouTube like creator's short. So you can definitely, like, again, I think it's possible for sure. And I would love to be able to see you do that, because like I know how passionate you are about your stuff and how creative you are and just how motivated you are. And so I'd love to be able to see what you would be able to do with a stupid amount of money.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Be hiring every Hollywood actor.
Yeah, right. It's like think about like the stuff that we all do now on like shoestring budgets, right? It's like, give us an insane amount of funding and just see what kind of stuff comes out, you know? That would be really cool. Like, I agree.
Any other
So yeah.
questions?
Yeah, so
I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're done.
Obviously, again, you do a lot of YouTube, and then yeah, I've noticed that you've done a little bit of streaming as well. Like, obviously, you did your 30. Was it 30 days or 31 days straight of streaming?
30 days, but I went
Okay.
to 34, I think.
Oh shit. Okay, so 34 days of streaming. Like, kind of, what did you get out of that? And like, do you see yourself maybe putting more time into streaming now as a result? Because from my experience, I did only YouTube for like 3 or 4 years, and then I got a taste of Twitch, and I haven't got off the crazy juice since. I started doing a little bit more YouTube on the side every so often, but it's mainly just Twitch. Podcast goes out on YouTube, but other than that, it's mainly just Twitch these days. What about you? Do you ever see yourself like making one switch or the other, or just trying to balance it? Like, what's with you?
So I think I have to tell that story a little bit. I think for it to make
Contextually, yes.
So this will be a little sad boy Lisha here, but you know we'll move past it very quickly. It won't take up the whole story. So when I came up with the idea originally, my plan was to do two things actually. I was planning to do 30 straight days of streaming and then just continue doing it for about 124 days, and then I would stop on August 31st. That was the whole plan, because September 1st is my 5-year anniversary with my girlfriend. And as we've discussed, because I know she probably won't watch through this entire thing because this is a very long episode, as you know, I'm planning on proposing to her next year, and I
like that we have subtly hid it inside of a very public domain.
Oh yeah. If she ever watches this, I'm fucked. But you know, it's fine. I'm counting on the fact that she won't sit through an hour.
Just don't show her the entire episode.
But
cap it at the 10-minute mark.
But what my plan though was to just do that and then just kind of do like 3 or 4 days a week. And then what I was also going to do was I was going to post 30 straight days of videos on a separate channel just to kind of give some perspective on me as a content creator. That never happened because...
So like vlogs almost?
It would be basically something like this. I'd be just sitting in front of the camera and I would be like, hey, this is the first... I actually have... Hold
like
on.
a video diary.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, I have the notebook. I do what you do. Sometimes like, I keep a notebook on me always for like ideas and shit. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but let's just pretend here.
He hit every spring on that microphone thing, and also when he said the notebook, I assumed he meant the Blu-ray. Actually, now's the perfect time to advertise my podcast. Make sure to check out the Shower Brew Cast, available on YouTube and Spotify and Google Podcasts, wherever you check it out.
Okay, you know, thanks for the plug.
No, you hit every spring on your little boom arm there, and it was quite the cascade of sounds. It was great.
Thank you. Shit, I wrote them.
I've seen the notebook. Yeah, you've brought out your notebook at a few of our meetings.
Yes, this
The
is
ye
the
old
Bible.
content creator. It's the Brobel.
Yes. So it's like the basics of me, my selective mutism, the channels that inspired me, actual advice for how to be a YouTuber that I've picked up, my favorite alcohol, so just shit like that, just to kind of give more perspective on me. By the way, it's whiskey. Everyone Williams.
Hey, me too. Jack Daniels, let's go.
Woo!
I also love that in your little video diary, you were like talking about the stresses of being a YouTuber, and then the next episode was like your favorite alcohol. Episode after that, dealing with alcoholism.
But,
I like that. Who can relate?
But, that was the plan. That didn't happen just because I just didn't get enough time, and I put all that energy into streaming. And honestly, I didn't want to stop. Like, I genuinely did not want to stop streaming. It was the most rewarding sort of experience that I've had in a while, content creator-wise. Like, it was just, I got to interact with so many different people. Like, I was able to, like, do little small things. Like, I did a Jackbox hosting, you know, sort of thing. Like, I did my first, like, real sort of legitimate streaming. I got my first, like, real paycheck, I guess you could say, from streaming. I think I made, like, $100, but like, you know, from the remainder of the money that I had before that too. But like, I think I actually made like a full, you know, payout, which was great. And I don't mind talking about that sort of thing because everybody knows how much that shit is.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it is that like, it's not bragging if you're talking about literally making the minimum amount to get paid on Twitch.
Yeah.
Especially when we not sync, but like when we put so much time and effort into our streams. Some people do get jealous when you're like talking about your finances on Twitch, and it's like, listen, we work so hard to be able to get that as a content creator, especially like, again, for Militia and myself, who have been doing this for like well over like 6 years now. It's like, You know how many goddamn years we spent not making a cent? Okay, when we get a little bit of a paycheck, just a little bit to validate the work that we do, it's nice. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna brag a little bit. We're gonna buy expensive cars and then immediately take the backs because we can't afford them at all. But
That got dark.
the point remains. Those paychecks, chef's kiss.
Yes, indeed.
And yeah, honestly, like the amount of time. So like, yeah, you plan something out, and this is what you're gonna do, and the amount of time it gets scrapped. It's a daily occurrence. You know what I mean? Like that, it sucks, but that's just how it goes.
But yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And for context of, I don't want to go into it because it was excruciatingly traumatic. I hit a very, very low point at the very beginning of June. I had probably, it was the day before my birthday. Funny enough, for my 23rd birthday, I won't say what happened because privacy. But I just very much, I almost, how do I put it? I almost wasn't here with you making this podcast, and it really was something that I had, like, a lot of things came into perspective for me that day. That was probably the worst birthday I ever had, but it put into perspective for me that I really liked streaming, and I really liked making content, and I really wanted to do it seriously. So what that streaming experience did for me, and not only just in general, but like the whole time I've been making content leading up to that horrible moment, made me realize that I really have to put just a metric fuck ton of effort into doing it. So for the past couple months, I've just been planning, like, for the umpteenth time, my epic comeback to everything. But like, in a very genuine sense, like, I want to do something like massive, and I want to do something, and I want it to be something where I can do everything so consistently. If I could really, if everything goes according to plan, I'm gonna start posting in September, and then I'll probably start streaming in like mid-September because I got a couple of conventions and anniversaries and birthdays and stuff that I want to celebrate and stuff. But like, I want to kind of do it like 50-50. Like, I do maybe like a video or two a week on YouTube, and then like maybe like 3 or 4 streams. Maybe some of them will be editing streams now because I have a lot of commission work I do now, which is fun as hell. Honestly, it really makes me stretch my brain because my videos are much simpler than what I do for my clients. I don't know why I do that, but I don't know. I like making people happy. So
yeah.
But what was the question again?
Like, would you find yourself doing more than the other? But I think you've already answered that you just do 50-50.
I feel like eventually I would probably focus on doing Twitch and probably taking those Twitch moments and turning them into highlights. But again, that's like a long-term sort of thing. I feel like I will always still have a soft spot for making YouTube content because I play a lot of indie horror games, and I don't really feel like I could stream those. I feel like those are more of like, I like having those sort of personal sort of recording experiences. So I think streaming would be like me playing like a game that I would just sit there for 6 hours and play instead of just, I don't know. That's probably where I would see it.
Yeah.
Probably more streaming eventually, though, to answer that question.
Yeah. It is a fun, like, it's a different kind of environment, though, for sure. And, like, that's all I do now is that, like, I don't have time anymore. I put so much time and effort into streaming that I don't really do. I still do YouTube, but I don't sit down and have a recording session anymore. Like, we did one the other day, the SBC. We, like, sat down and played, I think it was Cards Against Humanity. Played that for like an hour and a half or whatever. And that was like the first recording session that I've had that wasn't a podcast in probably a year, actually. Like the first recording session without streaming it. So it's just really infrequent. Like, it's not common for me anymore because the way I see it is that, like, because I put so much emphasis in streaming more, I'm just like, if I play games or if I'm making content, I'd rather be doing it on Twitch so that I can, like, still be, like, growing and doing stuff with it as opposed to just doing half, right? Because, like, if I do both, like, YouTube and Twitch, then I can hit both at the same time with the same content, right? Whereas, like, now most of my videos are stream highlights, which some people might say it's not as good quality as maybe, say, a recording session, because it's all just clips from a bunch of games in a bunch of days. And I mean, my next video, you're going to see content from, like, Christmas time, which, I'm sorry. Tell the guys to be funnier when we play a game one night, all right? Like, so, So it's gonna be content from a couple of months, which again it sucks but it's just the nature of how things are these days, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah.
Cool. All right, you can do one more question if you want. We'll just leave it at 3 for each of us, and then we'll play the game.
Sounds good. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so here's an idea. So kind of going off of what I mentioned earlier. Obviously, I mentioned earlier with the SBC that I would love to be able to like do like touring and like a panel, at, like TwitchCon and stuff. Like, is that something that like you're interested in doing? Like, what is like the height for you? Like, I know we talked about like what like you would want to do after, but like what would be like, again, kind of flip flopping the question back because it's a little lazy, but
That's fine.
what's like the height? What would be like the ideal situation for you as a content creator? Like, what would be like, man, I've made it. Like, this is like my dream right now. Beyond just like making money in these guys' militia Lamborghini. Like, what's like the height for you of like the militia mobile? What's the height for you for like, damn, I'm a creator and I'm in YouTube Rewind.
Firstly, it's a 1963 or 1967 Ford Thunderbird,
Ooh.
white exterior, red interior.
Man's got class.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, Bingo classic. I have that as a Hallmark Christmas ornament. Anyway, but I think the height, and this is actually a great segue here for a bit of a plug that we can do here. I think that there are about 3 things that I would think would be my height. Being able to do a panel at any convention. I don't care if there's 50 people in the room or 50,000 people in the room. To have people come just see my stupid ass doing like improv bits or like anything would just blow my fucking mind. That would probably be like number 1, like holy crap sort of. I see. I'll rank it actually. So that probably number 3. That'd probably be like meeting my fans at a panel would be amazing. That would probably be like 3rd on my list. My 2nd on my list would probably be doing like a fan PO box video sort of thing and making that like a bi-monthly or like a monthly
like a series. Yeah.
That would be like the whole to reference another content creator, the Marcel on a Monday. That would be just fucking amazing. I would love to do something like that because to have somebody go out of their way to come see me, that's one thing. To have them take their time to make something or like send me a letter or something and make me cry on camera because I'm a little fucking baby bitch, you know, I would think that would be even more incredible, honestly, and that would probably make my day so hard.
Yeah.
But number 1 would be being able to produce something that would be large. It would be massive, and it would be like something that, with that, as you put it, the big stupid militia budget here, that I would love to be able to have. And that can segue into the whole idea, since I did mention it a little bit last podcast, we can talk about it since you're here. We are currently working on scripting a little animated short show thing, and it has been, I think about like 7-8 months now the project's been going. It's got a couple of our friends and couple group members attached to. Some do voice work. We've got some people that are just kind of like writing some basic scripting. I've been doing a lot of penning for like the first episode, figuring out the style, the tones, and all that sort of thing. And Moose has been excellent in helping me revise when I write garbage. Because this will one day be in one of those. How did this all start? Like the origins of the show.
Yeah.
Get that far. Be like, this started as just an idea that
a crackpot idea that was birthed and proposed.
Yep, we were on Discord, and I had been running around with this idea of a show, and I won't say what it's about yet because I don't want to give away too much. But I was writing this idea for a show in my head for a while, and I came to Moose, and it was about maybe 3-4 months I think after we had actually met. And I was like, hey, you're probably one of the most creative people I know, even though I know 4 million people. I have an idea, and I kind of just need to know if it sounds bad. And then you put a better twist on it, and then we started building out the world, and it was just... I don't know how it's gotten to this point. Like, it's not like we don't have any animation, and we don't have anything like voice lines or anything, but it's just like the fact is we've written... like
the bare bones concept is just really engaging.
We have
You
our
know?
we have our pilot kind of rough drafted. We gotta write that still. I've gotta still get some dialogue. I've gotta come up with names for the characters and stuff. But like, it's just that is something that I think that if I get to do that, that is my like, okay, I made it. I'm done. Just
Yeah.
Alright. Bye.
My God, militia mic bass boosted, homie.
Was that dramatic enough?
It was very dramatic. Your microphone stand did a Hans Zimmer like score. It was quite impressive. But yeah, that would be really sick. Again, it would be like kind of like a magnum opus of just like, damn, like these guys were YouTube like creators making stuff on a laptop, right? And then
Oh yeah.
being able to see kind of the fruits of a creative effort would be really cool, and just like it'd be something just really cool, like a real nice feather in the cap kind of thing of just being like, you know, you go to your high school reunion, like, oh, what'd you do? Like, made a show. Yeah. It's like that'd be really cool, and it'd just be really fun, and I think it would also go a long way to like, again, I think it's almost like, and I think because like a group has kind of done what we are trying to do as well. Like the team behind Alpha Betas is a perfect example of just like, you don't need to be these, you know, hotshot studio executives or like have these, you know, 4 or 5 film degrees. You can just be a creative person or creative people coming together and creating something that you're passionate about and actually being able to, you know, show it to the masses and have like a lot of people enjoy it, and to be able to do it without like, you know, like you don't have to be like Fox sponsored or like, you know, 20th Century. I think that's the same corporation, but you know what I'm saying, like you don't need to be like a Disney conglomerate to be able to like kind of do what you're passionate about, right?
I completely agree.
So
yeah, Fox is Disney, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. The Simpsons.
Oh wait, no. Wait, is Fox Disney? Wait.
Not Fox. 20th
20th
Century Fox,
20th Century,
which is
yeah,
like, yeah.
I should know this. I read about this every day when I was at work. What am I doing? All right, but yeah, that's that's the magnum opus. I think that would be my cunnilingus of content creation.
Yeah.
That probably isn't the right word there. You know what? Let's run that back. All right. Anyway,
sounds Greek.
Yes. Let's move on to this week's podcast game. Today we're playing a rip-off, crappy version of if I could speak.
Rip-off version of colonoscopy, but of the mouth.
Yep.
That was an interesting thing to say. Anyway, what's the game, Militia?
We're playing Tabulisha. Totally something that I didn't rip off of a YouTube video or any other board games. You can't prove that. So you have
Not in a court of law. Not in a court of law.
No. So we're gonna go. I will text it to you because we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it to you, and then you're gonna do it to me, and then we're gonna see who does better. And I'm gonna give you like a reasonable amount of time to come up with a word that does not use a specific letter, and you gotta think.
I had no idea what it was at first. Okay, now I know, because I was like, is the studio audience gonna come for me? Like water balloons or something? Is there flame involved? I don't know.
I'm actually behind you in the door there.
Yeah, in the little door there, like with a spray can, and a lighter.
All right. So are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I am indeed ready.
All right. Without using the letter A, name a fruit that you eat in the morning.
Oh, that's a hard one, Chief. Oh, baby. Okay, am I allowed to say it, or do I have to type it out?
You can say it. That's fine.
Okay. Let's see here. Is there a timer? I'm gonna just going for it.
I'm gonna give you like 2 or 3 guesses, or like a minute per each one.
Okay. Damn, dude, there's a lot of fruits with A in them. Melon. You can kind of have melon.
All right,
without
cool.
that, or pineapple. No. There's an A in apple. But melon.
We'll take melon. I'll accept melon.
Yay.
All right. Without using the letter B, name something you shoot out of a gun.
Ooh, I was about to be like beanbag. That's 2, idiot. Oh man. A gun. I think saying paint is kind of a cheap cop-out to paintball, so I'm not going to use that. Ooh, a nail.
Okay.
Male
okay.
gun.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah. Or a musket. Wait, well, I guess technically it would be a musket ball.
You shoot a musket out of a gun?
Yeah, just with the bayonet attached to it.
Woo!
It'd be intimidating as shit. Shooting a gun with a gun.
Alright. Without using the letter T, name something you find on your feet.
Shoes.
Fuck. I'm so stupid. Thinking about that, I didn't even think. I didn't even think of that.
Dude, socks.
Fuck. Wait.
Sandals.
Okay.
Flip flops.
I should have.
Everything other than toes has T.
I should have thought a little bit further and said on your body.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Okay, I'll give you that one. That's an unfair advantage, but okay.
You'll love to see it.
All right. Without using the letter A, name something that Seth MacFarlane has made.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know many Seth MacFarlane organizations here. Damn, the two big ones. Yes, she's making her guest appearance. The two big ones, obviously, I can't say because those ones have A in them. I honestly, I don't know. I don't really know many Seth MacFarlane projects. I don't know Family Guy and American Dad. I know he did some movies. Oh, A Million Ways. That's got freaking ways. Damn it. That's like the only other. Oh, Ted.
All right, there you go.
Well, he didn't. Did he direct that?
He was Ted. He was Ted.
Yeah, I know he was Ted, but was the question just was he involved? Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then Ted.
That's fine. Without using the letter E, name something you use to listen.
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, you could say like car. You listen to stuff with your car, but that's a bit of a specific.
I'm gonna be specific.
That's a bit of a cop out.
It's got to be something you use to actually listen.
Yeah. Your heart. Put this guy in E. Let's see here. There's this thing called like the skull crushers. I think they're like attached to your head and they listen it to you through your temples. I don't know. That's very oddly specific and probably not allowed.
I don't actually know what they are, so no, it's not allowed. My show.
Sing. No.
No.
You don't listen to. Well, you sing. You don't listen to sing. Okay.
I mean, if you listen to the CD, maybe, but.
That's true. I can't think of anything. Speaker, headphones. Those all have E in them. That's a tough one. Do you have something?
I haven't. It's not my turn yet. It's not my turn yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My bad.
That's okay. All right. Next one.
That's like 3 V's.
Without using the letter O, name a type of dog.
A pit bull.
Oh shit.
German Shepherd.
All the ones I was thinking was like there's like golden retriever, collie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this will be hard.
Yeah. Chihuahua.
All right. This one's gonna be easy. I already know it is.
Beagle.
Fuck. Okay, maybe there's a lot more O's in
Shepherd, Labrador.
Okay, I get it. You're a dog expert. This is fine. This is whatever. Oh, that's my alarm. Oh, shit. All right. Without using the letter P, name an editing software.
P. No, wait, hang on. Software.
Software. Yeah, wait a minute.
A Sony Vegas Pro 13.
That's got a P.
Fine, take out the Pro. Sony Vegas.
I'll accept it.
Movavi is another one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sony
After Effects. There you go. There's 3 right there.
Yeah.
Movie Maker. How about that one?
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll give you a Movie Maker. I'm not gonna give you Vegas. I'm gonna give you Movie Maker.
Yeah, we can't have such nice things.
No, we're not. Without using the letter. Oh wait. Oh, I put T twice. Oh well. Without using the letter T, name something you wish you could have more of.
Money.
Okay. All right. Oh, I just closed out of everything.
Women. Fortune. No. T, that's a T in there. Subscribers. Hey guys, Twitch Prime. September is coming up next month, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget half-price Twitch Prime, half-price subscriptions to your favorite streamers, myself and Militia included, Twitch Prime is always free for those of you who have your Amazon account linked to Twitch. Link in description.
Soft blood.
Yeah, I got you.
Without using the letter H, name somewhere people you. Wait, wow, I didn't even write this one right. Without using the letter H, name somewhere you think people will go. Wait, fuck, damn it! Without using the letter H, name somewhere people think you go when you die.
Purgatory.
God damn it.
Oklahoma.
Alright. And last but not least, without using the letter D, name something extinct.
My will to live.
Got it. There we go. Will to live. Alright. Now here's what I'm going to do. We're going to reverse this here. Uno reverse. I now do not have the answers in front of me. If I cannot name what you gave me, and I have to, you can ask them in any order you want. That way it'll trip me up even more. But now it's my turn, and we'll see. I think I have to get 10. I have to get all 10 to win.
It scared me because you sent me this, and I looked at it. I didn't know that's what you were doing, and it gave me like, you ever see The Shining, where it's like all work and no play makes what's his name? Jack? No.
Jack. Yeah.
Was it? Well, Jack Nicholson was the actor.
No, his name was Jack.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull. I think it was Jack. Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing, and I was like, okay. Well, you should be in luck here because I listed you like 18 different things of each one, so I got you covered. Without using the letter E, name something you use to listen. Yeah, I thought I'd screw you right away.
Oh, fuck.
Really just off to a bad time.
I had one too. I thought of one. Oh, fuck. Bluetooth.
It's got an E.
Oh,
in
wait.
blue.
Oh, wait.
You didn't think I thought of Bluetooth?
Okay. What do I use?
Oh, I have one actually.
Shit.
It's on my turn.
Shit.
I just thought of it.
Trying to think. I can't think of any. All right, I give up. I can't think of anything.
My answer would have been, now that I think about it now, musician.
Oh!
You listen to a musician.
All right.
Dumb. Okay. Without using the letter B, name something you shoot out of a gun.
Dart.
Damn it. Okay, so that you have 2. I'll make sure to. No, you have 1. What am I saying?
I have 1.
Okay. Without using the letter T, name something that you wish you could have more of.
Sex. I only did that because I was hoping you would say it, but since you didn't, I had to.
I'd like to change my answer.
Real answer?
Without using the letter P, name an editing software.
Filmora.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Okay.
Without using the letter A, name a fruit you eat in the morning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is a tough one, too.
Blueberries.
I was gonna say blueberry.
Hey.
All right. Without using the letter E, name something you listen to.
Oh, name something I listened to. Oh, so you changed the question. Okay.
No. I just want to see you mess up the same question again.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Without using the letter A, name something Seth MacFarlane has made.
The Orville.
Oh, okay. I heard of that. I thought you were going to be like Ted 2. That would have been very upset. Without using the letter H, name somewhere people think you go when you die.
Oh, fuck. You already took my answer. Oh shit, that was my answer, and I have no other answer now. The sky.
I was gonna say the sky was gonna be an applicable one.
Is that fair?
I'd say it's fair because I was just about to say it. It's got an H. I was gonna say Valhalla, but that's got an H in it. You could have really just gone across a couple of religions there.
Yeah, I was trying to. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah. Without using the O, or without using the letter O, name a type of dog.
This is the one I got.
Poodle. But with zeros.
Doggy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I mean, H fuck. Fuck.
Wait, what?
You said no O. You said no O.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
fuck. I'm not masturbating. I'm just moving my hand back and forth. I'm sorry.
I wish I could just imagine more dogs. I also cry when I masturbate.
Fuck. I can do this. I will not fail this. Not a collie, not a Doberman Pinscher. No. Terrier.
20.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say 20 seconds. There's so many, dude. I listed you like 7 after we finished.
Yo, I can't remember things.
Without using the letter T, name something you find on your feet.
Hair.
That's a odd one, but okay.
Fungus.
All right, you've
My
lost
feet.
2 points. Yeah, but name something you find on your feet. My feet. Just like look down and my feet are on top of yours.
My mouth.
My tongue. Oh, those all start with T. My lips. There we go. Okay. Without using the letter D, name something extinct.
T-Rex.
I was gonna say ad revenue, but also that.
Oh.
There's a D right in that. Revenue. Content creating rules. Copyright. I'm just kidding. Copyright will never go
YouTube's
extinct.
old functioning system that it used to
Yeah.
make the content creators.
Just YouTube. Just YouTube in general.
Yeah, YouTube, old YouTube.
Okay. Here's 1, 2. You already did that one. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
3, 4, lock your door.
Yeah. Okay. Without using the letter T, name something that you wish you could have more of. Oh, we already said that. You said sex.
Yeah.
I think we're out. Actually, I think you answered them all.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What am I forgetting? You answered the gun. You answered the morning, the feet, McFarlane, music. Oh, you could have said fucking music. Yeah, you could have said music. Dog, editing software, something you had more of. Somewhere people think you go to die, and extinct. Did I just miss something? I feel like oh wait, no. You just didn't get the one with the listening.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, so we tied.
So we tied, yeah.
All right, yay!
Yay!
Woo!
I mean, I would give myself the tiebreaker because I said musician, but yay!
Woo!
I can't lose.
No. Woo! All right. I'm sorry. Hold me at gunpoint. I'm sorry.
Just getting way too intense.
Oh, you can have my podcast. You can have my channel. My social security number.
You can have my pockets. I don't want them. Put them on your feet. They don't have a T in them.
I'll give you my lips. I'll put them on your feet. Wait a minute. All right. So that concludes the game segment of this. Hopefully you enjoyed that.
I did. That was fun.
That was a train wreck, but
No, that was fun. Plenty an avenue for content, I would argue.
That was
An idea I might yoink in the future.
That's fine. I might do that for a video myself too.
Yeah, it might be a fun idea for a video.
So, closing thoughts here. I'm gonna let. Usually, I do the first question first for the last question, but go ahead. You ask any question you want. Doesn't have to be content related. Can be anything in the world. It could be like something mystical, and I could try to answer it. Even I don't care.
You want to get introspective here, Melissa? All right, don't try and read me, man. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay. Militia has he's made it. He's made it in content creating. Okay, he's sitting there.
Who's Militia?
Starts fading away.
The Matrix is breaking.
So, okay, yeah, okay. I have 2 questions actually. So the first one is, Militia Gamer has like hit his peak. All right, number 1, Mr. Beast. Who are you? PewDiePie. You're a bitch lasagna now. Okay. Militia Gamer. He's the biggest thing out there. All right. He's bought an island for himself. Okay.
Oh.
What are you doing? What are you doing in your little YouTube retirement? All right. You know what you got? You got all the money you want. All right. You got an island. What are you doing?
I'd sell the island.
Making videos.
I'd sell the island, and then I would buy a very small house and live in it with my girlfriend, who would hopefully be my wife by then.
It's a very modest answer.
And then just just buy just fund my life, just invest for the rest of my. What would I do with an actual island though? I probably would just make a rerun. Like I would buy Survivor's rights and just make Survivor myself. This is
like
content creator Survivor. Your ad revenue is dying. So here you gotta start a
Calm
fire
down.
to restart the fire of your channel. You've taken 6 breaks this year. Time to make a comeback video.
Not gonna
Woo!
lie, kind of a bomb-ass
It
idea.
really is.
Taking like 8 content creators, putting them on an island to like do a survivor type of thing. I think we should hang on to that idea.
All right.
Okay. It'll like when Sean and I go to pitch our new version of The Bachelorette, you can come with us,
All right, bet.
and you and I can pitch our new version of Survivor, but like a YouTube and Twitch edition. I think I would watch that. Wouldn't you want to watch like
I would
all of your
watch.
favorite like YouTube creators going to an island and doing like a survivor type thing?
Oh yeah, that would be fucking amazing.
That would be sick. Like imagine like Ninja and Amaranth teaming up to like survive a night in the jungle.
Oh shit.
I would love that.
That
I
would
would
be-
love that for too many reasons. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I would enjoy that. Okay, and then second question would be we've been hyping up the SBC like the SBC party at TwitchCon, whatever the hell that is. The plan is like next TwitchCon, whenever that is. Hopefully this year coming up. We're all gonna rent an Airbnb and have this massive party. Okay, so you roll up to the SBC's party. There's just like there's
Oh, I'm
streamers.
invited. Oh sweet.
Yeah, yeah. So there, like you walk in and there's streamers flying off the walls, right? There's just alcohol flowing, right? The beer pong tournament is full swing. What what are the vibes you getting? What are you gonna like? What are you most looking forward to like that crazy party? Because we're gonna have a crazy party, guarantee you that. But like, what are you looking forward to? You know, what's like, man, I hope this happens.
I hope that I get to see like a. I don't know. This is the first thing I thought of, and I don't know why. I want to see like a 3-legged race between the SBC members. I feel like that would just be fun as shit. You guys drunk off your ass, just running around like we got
Walking
it.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking out a few walls.
Yep.
A couple of patrons here or there. That'd be funny. I agree. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe we think of something like that.
Alright, so my questions for you. If you could be any if you could be no, that's too simple. If you could be Jeff Bezos and decided not to retire from Amazon, very introspective here, what would you do to make Amazon better? No wrong answers.
Is this a board meeting? Do I have shareholders to answer to?
Your life depends on it.
Yeah, I guess. What would I do to make Amazon better? Now, I'm not too much of a smart boy as far as business goes. I don't really know what Amazon's problems are. Going off of what I would figure to be important, as much as it sucks, is it me personally? Am I doing it for the betterment of like
No. It's just for
general
your
or
personal
betterment
gain.
of the company?
Personal
Okay.
gain.
So for me, if I was the leader of Amazon and I had all this money.
No, you're Jeff Bezos. You swap mines with Jeff Bezos, and you decide to
Okay.
retire.
So I'm Jeff Bezos now.
Yes.
So first off, I would now it's not very fiscal because Twitch really is such a small portion of Amazon's revenue.
Mhm.
What I would do is I would make Twitch even bigger. I would work as hard as I can to like give Twitch streamers a bigger platform, give everyone a bigger opportunity, give people a bigger cut of their money. I saw that was trending on Twitter the other day. So I would say maybe giving streamers a bit more of a portion of their finances, and making the platform bigger, trying to expand the like, not necessarily esports because esports is pretty big right now.
Yeah.
More of like the content creating, give them a bigger platform, give them again more of a space to thrive and to grow. And again, like I mean, Jeff Bezos already did this when he bought the hockey arena for the Seattle Kraken. He made it completely carbon neutral, which I think was really cool. So I would continue on that path, and really commit a lot of like profits, because you really like you don't need $100 million like salary,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell he makes a year. It's stupid. You like you can more than comfortably live on $10 million a year. I think I don't know what his annual net income is, but I would assume it's like you can live like really comfortably with that. Okay. So I would say that like you could probably give a larger portion of it if less people were greedy. You could do a lot to institute change as far as like the climate goes. I'm not like a we are the world green earth hippie. No, but like climate change is real, and I think we're all really starting to see it now. And I think it's time that big corporations really start to do something about it. I know it's like kind of preaching into the choir at that point.
Yeah.
But I don't see a reason really why not. So if I was Jeff Bezos, I would say give a bigger platform to smaller creators, such as ourselves, to grow and chase as many dreams. Because like it's something so small, but it can be like it can make you. I mean, you and I both know like how awesome an amazing day on Twitch can be. Like how much that could do for you personally. So the ability to be able to create that more often would be awesome. And just giving more people opportunity, and again, just helping the environment a little bit, because it's things are getting bleak, and that's what I would say. We just like kind of spread the wealth a little bit more. Yeah.
And then, since you asked two questions, I think I'll just ask two questions too. Can we expect a return? Can we expect a return with a few SBC members as well for the next time?
On the podcast, I would love to. Yeah.
All right.
I would love to. And then, because we want to get you on our podcast in the future, because you're on our list of content creators. We're just really backed up. Because we were supposed to do Rec Niners podcast interview in May.
Oh, nice. What?
Yeah, we were supposed to. We did the Retrix podcast in May, and then we were supposed to do the Rec Niner podcast, and then Tommy Dime, and then we weren't sure who we were going to do after that. It was pretty much open season, so we probably could have had you on then. And that was back in May. And a lot of things happened, and then the last podcast we did was with Sean, and he was just kind of guest starring on. He'd already had his interview. We were just talking about ghosts, and we wanted to have somebody on there. So, but yeah, we want to get you on in the future, and yeah, I would love to come back. This was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. It's my first time being on a podcast, which was great. I hope I did well.
Oh yeah, you did excellent. I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. I had a great time too.
All right,
and I look forward to having to edit it. It's great.
Indeed. So guys, if you guys want to go check out Moose, all of his links and all of his socials will be in the description, linked down below. Moose is, again, one of the most interesting and charismatic content creators I think I've ever met on YouTube and Twitch. So, honestly, he deserves all the praise and all the hype for, honestly, I don't know. You're a good guy, man. You're a good guy. I don't care what anyone says about you.
Thanks, man. You too. Shout out Militia and his own podcast. Put your channel ahead of mine in the description. Go check out Militia's channel if you haven't already. I mean, you're watching it on here, so you probably already have, but check it again. Press the like button, press the little notification bell. Follow him on Twitch, actually. There you go. There's a plug for yourself. Put your Twitch ahead of mine.
You want to just finish my outro up? Do you know my outro? Do you know my outro?
Do my best. Anyway, guys, I'm the Militia Gamer, also known as Pete. This has been rounding up today's episode of the Subspace
Station podcast.
The Subspace Station
Pastoroni.
This is the Pastoroni Spotscast, sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And yeah, thank you so much for coming in and sitting in with us. Real Canadian Moose, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, appreciate it. You have a great time. Thank you so much. You have a great day. And all you guys out there, you guys put your space helmets on. Don't put them on too tight because oxygen's hard to come by. And Moose salute, but royalty free to you.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night and stay cosmic. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, guys. Don't do drugs.